What's up, gang? I was just tripped over that barbell. Don't leave your toys out, right? Yeah. So here's a video, just a few options that you have for how you get the barbell up overhead when you're utilizing overhead squats in a workout. Generally, if the overhead squat's part of one of our CrossFit style workouts, it's not going to be so heavy that you're unable to snatch it up overhead. But whether or not that's the case, there are a few good options to use and to practice, and they could certainly be used if we were utilizing some heavier weights in like a strength portion if you'd have the practice under your belt. So I'm going to walk you through the few options. Like I think I said maybe in the email that goes along with this, treat each of these like their own skill, and it just basically gives you options down the road. If you're fatigued or if you're kind of pressed for space or equipment, this is just one set of options that can kind of help you out. So the very first is just a good old-fashioned snatch. So if you're picking the bar up off the ground, obviously you can snatch it up overhead once you get your feet into the position that you like. Hopefully they landed pretty darn close, but then we can begin snatching. Or I'm sorry, we can begin overhead squatting. Very useful, very quick, very easy. Something to consider, if you're only doing overhead squats in a workout like we will be on Saturday, and you have the flexibility, sometimes it's a little bit easier or a little bit more manageable with heavy weight and longer sets to go narrower with your grip. That makes it more difficult to snatch it up overhead, so this next version, or these next two versions, could afford you some flexibility there. So what you could do is, instead of snatching it, we can clean it to your shoulders. This first version, we could pop it up over your head and then make whatever adjustment that you wanted. I kind of alluded to maybe a little bit narrower grip. Once you find that, pop it up overhead and squat it out. If you have exceptional shoulder flexibility, you may be able to get away with popping it up to your shoulders and then just pushing it straight up overhead. If you can get your hands in the right position, then you can overhead squat from there. If all else fails, just grab a squat rack. So I'll show you this one behind me. Essentially, you'll take the bar off the rack like you would for a back squat. Once you find a good settled position on your back, you can figure out where the hand's going to go. This would be a good option if your shoulders are maybe a little bit tighter. And then once you find it, get it up overhead, and we squat. Like I said, just a few ideas, different options you have for getting a barbell up overhead. If you haven't tried some of them and you're open to exploring it, maybe with a little bit of lighter weight, like I said, opens some doors down the road and shows you some new unique challenges. Enjoy.